Hey, welcome. How are you doing? It's me, Ricky Stewart, here with Functional Conditioning Yoga for you on 3D Leisure at Home. Exciting times. We're back in the house for good for a little while until February. Crazy times, more lockdown fun. But we're still going to be here showing you the good stuff. 3D Leisure at Home has amazing content for you guys to get involved with. Let's work on some mobility stuff, some smart mobility stuff. If you've not hung out with me before and done anything, this is very much yoga, but it goes through the lens of functional range conditioning, which is smart joint training. It's mobility training, but we try and kind of stay away from the word mobility because it makes it sound like it's separate from your squatting and your lunging and your running and you're dancing and sport. It's not, it's part of it. It's just that we look at the joints individually and we try and train them to be better so that you can move around better as a human. Just want to improve human movement, and I love it. All in. It's exciting for me to teach this stuff. I think it's great. And if you can get involved and start learning, then promise you I can help you with stuff. I'm not going to cure any diseases, I'm not going to cure any mechanical injuries or anything like that, but understanding your range and your mobility and how to use it might just give you more options so that you don't just put everything through the same lens. So if you only bend your knee one way, it only goes one way, and the knee has lots of options, by the way. It has rotation plus the hinging and the rotation in every little point of that hinge. If I give you more options, then you can share the load of your life, of work, exercise and everything through every different shape that your knee can do. And the better you know those different shapes, the more possibility you've got to use those different shapes. That's it. Then you're golden, you're bulletproof, you can do anything. That's exciting, that's why this is exciting. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get started. If cross-legged works for you, start with cross-legged. I'm not sold on cross-legged. I don't think it needs to be this way. If your knees don't like it, ankles, hips, whatever doesn't like sitting cross-legged, then change it. Even if you just sit up against something. I'm much comfy here if I lean back. I just put my back against the sofa. It's cool. Let's do that. Let's just see. Just settle in on breathing. Make it your breathing apparatus stuff that's going to do the breathing. Your face can help and it can suck that air in, your nose or your mouth or however you're breathing. Let's see if we can make it just nasal breathing, but you're not going to suck the air in through here. You're going to use this stuff here. See if you can expand and feel it draw in as you breathe out. And expand. And it draws in as you breathe out. Relax your jaw a little bit. I'll just keep on repeating this. That I want you to be able to breathe for the task at hand. We're only sat still just now. Just sat still. You don't need big long breaths. Just a little bit, it's just as much as you need, but you're focusing on making this stuff work here. And then see if you can sit up and do a little bit of movement. You're going to pull the side of your rib cage down towards your hips. Breathe at the same time. Sit. Then cross your arms over your chest and rotate. See if you can squeeze a little bit further into rotation, one way and then the other, one way and then the other. And hold it in one rotation and just breathe. So you squeeze around a little bit further, sit up tall, push your belly out to breathe in, draw your belly in to breathe out. And come across to the other side. Squeeze into rotation, push your belly out to breathe in, draw your belly in to breathe out. across your arms, over onto opposite knees, and see if you can curl over as much as you can and feel your shoulder blades spread. Breathe all the way in and all the way out. Tuck your chin a bit more. And then rolling up onto your knees and unhook your legs. And let's see, my favourite, cat-cow. So if you start with your chin tucked, push your chest high and pull rib cage up, and you're trying to tuck your tailbone under your bum. See if you can push higher, find more of this, and just breathe here. And then start really locally just from lumbar spine, so it's just lower back. Keep coming. A little bit more, keep your chest high, and keep trying to just move a bit further up your back until you can't find any more. I can hit an end here. And then I start lifting my chin higher, make a double chin first, and then I start looking up and see how my shoulder blades are still spread. And I push up here, like trying to look up, push through my fingertips, try and arch my back more, and then start from the chin. So double chin, chin tuck, and keep tucking my chin until the top of my back starts to kind of unravel. It goes further until I find lumbar spine, push my chest up higher, and then back into cat, and starting from lower back again. You can move much slower than me. I'm going to move at a kind of reasonable pace in case you want to check in to see what it is you're supposed to be doing. But really, I just want you to feel. I want you to feel what you've got going on and try and fix it more. By fix it, I just mean control it. So if you can't get the bottom of your back to move without the middle of your back, which looks like this, then just do that slowly until you can maybe just find some way of just pulling muscles so that it's only your pelvis that kind of tilts, which is just starting with lumbar spine, and that'd be amazing. Yes, there we go. Then do a little side bend, and you squeeze rib cage towards your hips and squeeze the rib cage towards your hips. See how my shoulders stay kind of still when I do this. There's no right or wrong. This is just an example of how you can move your spine sideways. Lateral movement. That's it. That's all I'm after really, is that you can just make your stuff just move around a bit. There we go. Then go back into child's pose. Maybe go wide knees. Reach hands forwards and drop your chest. Push your little fingers hard into the floor, and then push your thumbs hard into the floor. And feel the little changes as you kind of swap from little fingers heavier and then thumbs heavier, and then little fingers heavier and then thumbs heavier. And just breathe. And coming up. Let's stick with these shoulder cars because I really like them, and they're good to teach for getting you to be in one position and keep position. So take a step forward with your right foot, and then with your left hand, put it over the other side of your knee, and then push this knee out to the side. So don't let it fall across your body like this, push it out. In fact, let it fall across your body and then push it out and feel the outside of your hip. That's going to be kind of something we'll come back to. If you just do a few of those and feel how this groin kind of internally rotates here, and then you use this stuff on the outside of your hip to pull here. Hold it here now, and then rotate your chest to face sideways and try and reach this hand forwards as far as you can. Lock your elbow and then pick this bicep up to your cheek, go past your cheek, and then try and show your palm to the back of the room as you reach back. Maybe even look back and see if you can reach back further, and reach back, and then reach up your back. Maybe you can see fingertips here, look. Reach up your back, straighten out, open up, and bring it all the way back. Then pick it up, behind, reach it up behind your back, straighten out. Work out how your breathing goes while you're rotated like this as well. Keep this moving. One more. Yes. That's tiring. Okay, And then go other arm. Put this hand over the other side of your knee, drop this knee across, and bring it back. Every time you bring it back, think about your footprint on this front foot and feel how it kind of reconfirms to the outside edge of your foot, kind of gluing back down again. That's it. One more. And then rotate your chest to the side of the room, sit up as tall as you can. This palm comes forwards, pick it up, and then try and show your palm to the back of the room. As you reach back, reach up your back, straighten out, and back again. Move slow. Find these corners to push against. That's it. Pushing into this end ranges. It's got to be learning. If you're just swinging your arm around, that isn't it. I'm trying to get further. I'm trying to show my arm that I've got control over these end corners and I can push into them. And then coming onto one knee. If you don't like being on your knees, if it hurts your knees or for whatever reason, you can change it to standing and it's okay. It's fine. It's so similar that it doesn't matter. Push your heels together if you are kneeling. Make your bum muscles tense. Just squeeze your bum cheeks together if you stood up. Cross your arms over your chest and do a crunch. So try and curl your spine over forwards. So it's like you're trying to put your elbows in your pockets, but your pockets are trying to push forwards to kind of reach your elbows. Does that make sense? You don't let this happen where your hips have dropped back. And rotate, then dip to the side, and then lean back. As you reach this bit here, you should be able to feel like this is a bungee rope, and this is all stretched out. Rotate, do a crunch, and back the other way. And back. Keep finding more stuff to push against if you can. If you feel like you're vulnerable and you can't lean back, you can still learn from going mid-range here and teach your spine that you can get into these shapes and be able to make force happen or be able to absorb force. And then this stuff works nice, way better than if you just do a plank. Planks are fine, but you could learn better with articulation first. And actually crossing your arms over your chest doesn't have to be the only way. If I hold my hands around the muscles in my belly, I can feel stuff stretching out, contracting. It helps me to understand how I pull myself around and get into these shapes. Okay, then coming up in standing, let's just really make this super specific. I want you to feel this muscle on the outside of your bum with your finger. Push it in there. And then just pick up this foot and then drag it back without moving your lumbar spine. You should be able to feel this bum muscle starts to turn on. This bit on the outside is on a little bit, but it's not the main deal. And then bring this out to the side a little bit and then pull back more and then try and turn your knee out. So from the position I'm in, I'm trying to turn my knee to point towards the camera and I'm not letting my pelvis turn. My pelvis is pointing towards my window there. I can feel this muscle here on the outside of my hip on strong. I want to lean into this stuff here. Okay. I'm going to find that again now, but different way. Pick your knee up, pick your heel up towards your face, so external rotation. Keep this hand on the outside of your bum. As you bring this out, you'll feel it turn on a bit, and then drag your heel back, and then kick this heel back. I nearly fell over then. Keep pulling back and try and pull this knee back to the back wall and feel this bum muscle here, and drag back, knee to knee, knee up, knee out, and keep looking for this back corner, that one that we just found like this. I want you to find that back corner with a bent knee and see if you can find it and then bring it across. It's probably the bit that I find people miss the most. That's why I want you to really see if you can understand how to push into that little slot there. It almost feels a bit crampy for me. I'm not going to go into cramp, but it's on the edge. There we go. One more. Oh, there we go. All right, try this other leg. So finger on the, I'm going to show you this facing you this time to see if it makes more sense. Finger on the outside of your bum here. As you pull your heel back, lumbar spine doesn't shift. You should be able to feel bum muscle tense. Out to the side a bit. Try and turn that knee out towards the side of the room that way. So I'm going towards my window that way. And hold. And hold and hold. So you can find more to push against. Bingo, we're on. Okay, let's try and find that again with these hip casts. You can cheat for balance, by the way. Just put your hand out and on something. Heel up towards your face. Swing this out. Pick this heel up. Drag back. Hit that corner. Knee to knee. Knee up. Bingo, there it is. Keep finding that little slot there. That is the one I want you to look for. That's it. Couple more. This should be tiring. One more. Yes. There we go. Okay. So let's start wide feet with all the stretchy stuff. Just bend both knees a little bit, have a little bit of play so you can kind of feel yourself bouncing from side to side, and then pause where your knees look straight but they're not quite straight, because straight as this, they're kind of straight like that. Then see if you can squeeze these bum cheeks together, and imagine finding the outside of your hip here, that stuff we've just been talking about. Keep squeezing bum cheeks together and it turns your knees out a little bit. Look for this external rotation. See if you can keep your bum muscles squeezed on. Reach hands towards the back of the room and then push your hips towards the back of the room. Keep reaching back, reach back, and see if you can keep your bum cheeks squeezed together as you find this hamstring stretch. You're dropping your belly button as low as you can, reaching back, squeeze bum cheeks together, keep reaching, breathe. And bring fingertips towards the floor. Drop your belly more, see if you can get fingertips to the floor here. Breathe. See if you can drop any lower, breathe. See if you can drop any lower, breathe. And just hang out here. Keep hanging out. See if you can find those bum cheeks again. Squeeze bum cheeks together. Then bend one knee. And just go until you feel this little stretch in your groin. And then come across to the other side. Your hands can help here, however you want them to help. So either you walk your hands across, or you keep your hands in the middle, or you take your hands off the floor, wherever feels right. Then coming up and across. See if you can squeeze the bum cheek on this straight leg. We're going to spend a bit of time here. And this foot on the bent leg can do whatever you want. So the heel can lift if you want. The foot, on this leg though, on the straight leg, I want you to try and push your little toe down towards the floor. And just hang out in this groin stretch here, down the inside of your thigh. Your torso can go wherever you feel is beneficial to you. So maybe your hands forwards with your chest facing the floor helps. Maybe a bit more upright helps. You should explore it. Maybe hips forwards, backwards, up, down. There's all of these possibilities, and none of them are right or wrong unless you feel pain. It's up to you to work out what you've got going on and lean into the good stuff to be able to teach your body new shapes, new things that you can do, new things that you can control. See if you can squeeze that bum cheek on. That changes things so much. Then coming up and over to the other side and see if we can drop. I've let this heel lift a little bit on this foot. I'm absolutely fine to have it flat, but it starts being a different thing for me. What I'm doing with this elbow is I'm keeping this knee out. I'm trying to push my little toe down there. I'm going to try and squeeze bum cheek on here to be able to feel this stretch down here. Keep holding, shoulders down away from ears. Keep breathing. That's it. keep hanging out. It's got to learn here. It's got to be time under tension. If we just kind of bounce side to side, that's kind of cool and it's good and it has its benefits. This holding shapes that are a bit of a struggle and kind of leaning into my weak links makes them not weak links anymore, because I start to understand them. Go, come up, back into hamstring stretch. So I start to understand my weak links a bit more, and then they become usable, and those shapes are things that I can use when I'm being athletic, when I'm exercising, when I'm moving, and I become ready for anything. Okay, start bringing your face as close to the floor as you can, so pour the weight forwards into your big toes. Think about your instep, so if you can lift that instep, even with your hands, put your thumbs under your instep and lift it a little bit. But push the ball of your foot down, push the outside edge of your foot down, keep dropping, dropping, dropping. That's it. A little bit longer, going 3, 2, 1. Then coming down into 90-90. So let's go with this left leg forwards. Before you do anything, just have a little look at yourself, or even think about what shape you're in as you sit like this. So with this right leg behind you, have a think about your spine. So my spine right now is doing this sideways banana shape like this, which is fine. It's allowed. Absolutely okay, but I want to see if I can do different stuff, because I feel like I'm hanging on this. This bit here, the rib cage here, is all scrunched up. I'm going to try and open that up and try and come back to a bit straighter, and it's going to push me over a little bit this way. If I put my right hand on my foot here and just lean forwards a bit at a time and pull myself across, that works for me. And then as I start dropping my chest lower towards the floor, I can feel the outside of this hip, this bum muscle, start to stretch. That's the one. And hang out. Breathe. Relax your jaw. Let's do this breathing stuff that we started with as well. So you're only breathing for the task at hand. When we start making a load of tension, I'm going to get you to do actual tension breathing and try and be able to tense your belly and still get enough oxygen in to be able to perform. Because I teach handstands a lot. That's kind of part of the deal. I look at how you breathe when you're upside down. When people complain about getting feeling like their head's going to explode, like all the blood's rushing to the face, it kind of is because of gravity, but you can mitigate that by getting enough oxygen in to be able to get blood flow rather than and pushing all the blood into your face. It just helps to be able to breathe under tension. Keep dropping your belly lower. See if you can find more stretch and more and more. And remember, we're all different. You don't need to look exactly the same as me. So if your chest is touching the floor now, you might be more flexible than me, and that's okay. But remember, the flexibility isn't the goal here. The goal is control and strength. Keep dropping. Okay. Start driving your shin, driving your ankle, driving your knee down. Breathe. Start pushing. You're right up in this stretch and keep pushing. If you're not sure about this, sit up, push this shin down, make this stuff here tense where you feel the stretch, and then lower into it with that tension. Don't let that tension off. Keep pushing and dropping, pushing and dropping. 3, 2, 1. Push yourself up using this shin. Bring your hands either side of your thigh. Push this back ankle down, tense your belly. Don't let any tension out of the muscles in your belly. And try and lift this ankle. Try and lift it, get some air time, and hold and hold and hold. Push this back ankle down. Going 3, 2, 1. Stretch again. And swing this back leg around to the front and grab hold of this shin. This is going to be very similar to what you've just done. It's just slightly different because you're going to help yourself. So pick this, in fact, let's all do this. Put your hands underneath your ankle, underneath your calf, like this, and bicep curl this shin into your chest. And then slowly take your hands away and try and leave your shin where you've put it. Only got that. Then put it back in. Then take your hands away. One more. And then totally take your hands away. Push your hands into the floor and keep lifting this foot towards your face. Push your hands into the floor, maybe even lift your hips a tiny bit. In 3, 2, 1. Coming out. And swing this leg round to the back. And then you've got right leg forwards, left leg back. Okay, let's do this little check-in again. Let yourself go into this little bit of banana back to be able to get your head over the top of your hips. You have to do this kind of sideways banana in your spine. Try and sit up taller. Try and straighten everything up. As you hinge forwards, use your left hand against your foot to pull your torso across the spine, kind of drops right down the middle of your shin. And then start hinging forwards until you find that stretch down the outside of your hip. Relax your jaw. Keep dropping. Expand the rib cage, expand your belly as you breathe in. You can get any lower. Find this stuff. Make your spine into a shape that works. That's it. Keep breathing. Keep hanging out so you can drop any lower. That's it. So my right leg never quite has as much range as my left in this direction. I want you to notice those things. Not anything. It might be something that means you work harder on one side a little bit, but it's just noticing and learning from your body to be able to teach it how to do more stuff. Keep dropping a bit lower, keep dropping a bit lower. Right, start doing work. When you drive this shin down, you load up the outside of this hip and keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Drive stronger and drop lower. Drive stronger and drop lower. And remember, if you're not connected to this, if you can't feel the contraction, pick yourself up, tense your belly, push this shin down, get tension breathing, little short breaths. Drop lower with that tension. Get this PNS stretch. Drop lower, and push that shin to pick yourself up, hands either side of your thigh, tense your belly, lean forwards a bit, and try and lift this foot up towards your face. I've got no air time. Tiny bit. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. 3, 2, 1. And then drop. Just see if you can live in that stretch for a little bit. That's it. And swing. Back leg around to the front. Get your hands underneath your calf like this. And pick this shin up towards your chest. And then slowly let go. Try and leave this foot where you've left it and bring it back. And slowly let go and bring it back. One more. Take your hands away completely. Just get more control here. Show your body that you're capable of controlling this stuff. And coming out. Okay. Then rolling up onto all fours. Let's just go through just lumbar spine. It's only lower back. Let's start like this. Push your chest up And try and show your coccyx up towards the sky, scrunching up, arching lower back, push your chest higher, and then tuck tailbone under, and then come back into extension, tuck tailbone under, back into extension. Make this like you're training the muscles in your belly to be able to do this fine control. Couple more. Then see how close you can get into Malasana, into low yoga squat, with your heels down like this, elbows on the inside of your knees, and just push those knees open. If you can't get your heels down, it's not the end of the world. You can be up on your toes a bit, like this. It's loud, I'm alright with it, but we're trying to get heels down if we can, and that probably could be a number of reasons why you can't if you can. Very likely to be ankles, the ankle dorsiflexion doesn't work so well, so getting knees over toes isn't so good. Or doesn't quite have the range. That's fine, you can work on that. If anyone's ever told you to do squats or lunges without your knees passing over your toes, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. Someone told them that once and they believed them. It's silly. If your knees hurt when they pass over your toes, then you need to fix that problem. But the problem isn't knees passing over toes. The problem is something mechanically wrong in there. It'd be great if you had control and strength over all of the ranges available in your body. If I do a pistol squat, nobody tells me I'm doing an exercise that is bad for my knees. They're just like, wow, that's really good that you can do a pistol squat. It kind of is. That's cool. Let's not demonize these shapes, these movements that we can do, as long as you have the prerequisites, and that's what we're after. We're after learning the prerequisites. So if you're still good in this position, if you're not, you can come out and have a little rest. But I want to see if you can get those heels down and see if you can sit your torso up tall like this. So your back tries to flatten and you can push your knees away from each other, and you can put weight through all of your foot, through heel, through the toes, through the ball of your foot, through the outside of your foot, and you can cycle through those and you'll just move around a little bit. See if you can hold this shape. You could even hold on to something, so hold on to a piece of furniture or something, and just see where you can put weight into your feet and feel your ankles work and move you around. And it should be exhausting. Then bring your fingertips down, push your hips up, and just hinge down into hamstring stretch. Bring your hands around the back of your legs and try and pull your belly down towards your thighs, shoulders away from ears. Breathe here. See if you can tease a little bit more hamstring stretch. Doesn't matter about actually folding in half. And remember that my goal isn't flexibility, my goal is control and knowledge of your ranges of motion. Then see if you can put your fingertips onto the floor, or hands onto your feet, or hands onto your shins, and push down with your hands towards the floor. So even if you're really flexible, you might be able to get palms down. Try and push into the floor and feel the muscles in your belly and hip flexors turn on, and see how long you can hold that. 3, 2, 1, and then soften. Breathe. Cool. And then bring yourself back down into seated, into cross-legged, or whatever seated position works for you. Soften your shoulders, move your neck. Relax your jaw. Let your eyes close. Bring palms together. Thumbs to your forehead. Tuck your chin and roll forwards. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me. I hope that this UK lockdown doesn't affect you badly, and you can still do whatever it is you need to do, and it's not too tough for you. But we'll be here. I'll be here. I'm doing some classes for Fashionable Fitness, the gym I work at in Scarborough as well. We'll still be doing good stuff. We'll still be helping you guys keep fit, keep strong, keep mobile. It's going to be good. All right. I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Oh, and I have cocktails this weekend, this Saturday. Non-alcoholic cocktails this Saturday the 9th. We're going to make some syrups. We're going to do some good stuff. Get yourself some fruit. I'll show you what to do. How to make lovely, delicious drinks. It's going to be cool. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.